can't wait.
And join us in singing the national anthem. JCC Board of Trustees, the administration, and the faculty and staff of the college, I am honored to welcome our graduates and their families and friends to the commencement ceremonies of the class of 2014. My name is Corey Duckworth. I am the president of Jamestown Community College, and this is my first year serving in that capacity. And I can tell you that it's been an extraordinary year. I'm so thrilled to be here at the conclusion of the first academic year. I want all of our graduates to know how pleased and proud I am to have been associated with you throughout the year. We want our graduates to be the focus of today's celebration, so we ask that you silence your cell phones and pagers for the duration of the ceremonies. This evening's graduates are the 64th graduating class of the Jamestown Campus of Jamestown Community College. Today they join the thousands of other proud alumni for whom JCC has been an important step on the road to a rewarding and successful future. Those of us who have participated in various ways in our graduates' accomplishments are proud to be present to share in this celebration. I am particularly gratified, as I mentioned, to have completed my first academic year as president of Jamestown Community College. The time has slipped away all too fast, and I have enjoyed every minute of getting acquainted with JCC's students, faculty, and staff. I've appreciated their dedication to the learning process and commitment to performing at very high levels. I have also enjoyed associating with so many great JCC supporters from the surrounding communities. Many have expressed to me their heartfelt appreciation for and commitment to this great college. I would now like to introduce members of the platform party, and I ask that each person stand when his or her name is called and that applause be held until all are introduced. Seated in the first row, Vince Horrigan, Chautauqua County Executive. And by the way, it's Vince's birthday today, so everybody wish him a happy birthday. Assemblyman Andrew Goodell, 150th Assembly District. Samuel Teresi, Mayor of City of Jamestown. Gail Robbins, Vice Chairperson of the Board of Trustees. Joshua Harris, who will deliver our commencement address and receive a Distinguished Alumnus Award. Ray Muniz, President of the Student Senate. Riley Johnson, member of the Board of Trustees, student member of the Board of Trustees. Seated in the second row, Felix Musa, who will receive a Distinguished Alumnus Award. Mark Ward, member of the JCC Board of Trustees. Elizabeth Powers, member of the Board of Trustees. Peg Cornell, member of the Board of Trustees. Marie Karuba, member of the Board of Trustees. And Lance Pfizer, member of the Board of Trustees and former chair. And with us in the first row, Patricia Phillips, who will receive a Distinguished Alumnus Award today. Patricia. I would also like to take this opportunity to give a special welcome to my wife who's here today, Elva, sitting on the front row. She's definitely a big part of my being here. So please acknowledge all of our platform guests and special guests at this time, one more time. Thank you. We would also like to recognize those who have worked so hard to help our graduates get to this day. Will the faculty, staff, and administration of JCC please stand? Your commitment to your students and to the teaching learning enterprise is valued, respected, and appreciated here today. Graduates, there is another group who deserves your recognition and thanks today, your family. Without the support of understanding of your loved ones, mothers, fathers, sons or daughters, husbands, wives, or significant others, your achievement would have been much more difficult, if not entirely impossible. Please join me in thanking your families for your success today. As I look at our graduates, I see in their faces the representation of the future leaders of the world. You may not be thinking of yourselves in exactly that way, but inevitably, the torch of leadership will be passed to you. As members of that fortunate group of individuals who have had the opportunity to pursue higher education, you will find yourself in leadership roles in our schools, churches, businesses, government, and in countless civic endeavors. Consider what the following individuals have in common. The Mayor of the City of Jamestown, Mayor Teresi, who is with us, a City of Jamestown Court Judge, a Sheriff of Chautauqua County, the City of Jamestown Police Chief and Director of Public Safety, the City of Jamestown Comptroller, Corporate Counsel for the City of Jamestown, the Assessor of the City of Jamestown, the Executive Director of the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation, the Vice President, Treasurer, CEO of Chautauqua Institution, the President of Blackstone NUI Ultrasonics. That's right, all are graduates of Jamestown Community College, and these are just a few of the individuals who began their careers with a JCC degree. I'm sure that a JCC degree served as the foundation for many of those in our audience here today. Will those in our platform party and in the audience who are alumni of JCC please stand? The education of each of these individuals here at JCC prepared them well for the challenges they face in their community roles, as it has prepared you, the graduating class of 2014, for the challenges you will face in the future in serving your communities. You will undoubtedly find that your JCC education has prepared you well for such challenges. We are proud of you today and will continue to be so as you use your education to positively impact the world around you. You may have noticed that a number of our graduates are wearing special regalia to signify their particular academic or leadership roles while at JCC. Phi Theta Kappa inductees are wearing gold stoles. Honor Program graduates are wearing honors cords. Student Senate graduates are wearing medallions. Veterans are wearing cords, and some of our Native American graduates are wearing purple stoles. Also donning medallions are those students who won the Phi Theta Kappa All New York Academic Award and the students who were selected for the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence. We are proud of all of our graduates today, and we are confident that we will be even prouder of you as you continue to use your education to make a positive impact on the world. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce Raymond Muniz, President of the Student Senate, who will extend greetings on behalf of the class of 2014 and introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Duckworth. I hate my students. And thank you all for coming. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our guests of honor, our families and friends, and the Jamestown Community College faculty and staff. A special shout out to the librarians. Thank you for all that you have done. I'm graduating because of you, and we all know that you run this show. So, thank you. Most importantly, I want to congratulate the graduating class of 2014. Because we did it. We made it through. We weathered through exams and essays and midterms and finals and group projects, and we managed to make it out alive and in relatively stable mental condition, most of us. Before I move into the body of my speech, though, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude towards several individuals who have gone above and beyond in their dedication to Jamestown Community College and have contributed in a very significant way to my life as well. If I tried to list all of the names, I'd be here forever, and nobody wants that. So I'll give you the short list. Kimberly Erland, Director of Campus Life. Dr. Eileen Quigley, our Vice President of Student Development. Dr. Corey Duckworth, our College President. And of course, each and every one of my fellow student senators. I had to say that they're in the front row. All of these people have been vital to my development while I was here at JCC, and I'm indebted to them for that. I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize someone singular, someone that's been particularly special in my time here. This man has been teaching here at JCC since pretty much the beginning of time. He spends an inordinate amount of time pursuing the well-being of his students, and he's left a lasting legacy in Jamestown community. That man, of course, is Dr. Gregory Rabb, and I'd like to ask him to stand for a moment and be recognized. Anybody that's taken a class with Rabb knows the United States Constitution and the Massachusetts Constitution of 1780. He teaches those with passion for two reasons. One, he studied them for so many years, and two, he was there when they were both signed. First-hand experience. I believe that's called a primary source, English teachers. From my first day here, Dr. Rabb has supported and encouraged me in all of my endeavors. In his position as Jamestown City Council President, he has led with integrity and vision, and he is precisely the kind of mentor that every political hopeful should have to look up to. Greg, in teaching me about your heroes, you've become one of mine, so thank you. When I first began contemplating what I might say to you today, my fellow graduates, I found myself in a difficult position. I'm young and inexperienced, and I have no great pools of wisdom or life experiences to draw upon and to share with you. I racked my mind thinking that I would relate to you the many things that I've learned in the classroom over the past 2 years. Upon doing so, I was astounded to find that, in all honesty, I've not yet become an educated individual as a result of this institution. Many of you here today may find that statement to be untrue, but I stand by it 100%. Over the past 2 years, I've come to know a great many things. I memorized facts and figures. I I scrutinized concepts and philosophies. I wrote down all of the important pieces of information that I thought I would need and then proceeded to rewrite it on a test or a paper. Or have I yet become educated? I think not. You see, education is a lifelong endeavor. It's fueled by curiosity and sustained by a daily recognition of our own ignorance. While many of us have developed a fantastic foundation that will take us far in life here, do not yet consider yourself educated. The more I learn, the more I recognize I do not know. That brings me to one of the main points of my speech today. Mark Twain is frequently quoted saying, "I will never let my schooling get in the way of my education." Upon initial review, this is paradoxical, but that paradox rides upon the assumption that schooling and education are synonymous. If we pause long enough to consider the structure of our learning environment, it's no daunting task to recognize the fallacy of that alleged marriage. Understand that our college experience is not necessarily our education, and in many ways it might not be a good preparation for the life ahead of us. In college, we're showered with wave upon wave of knowledge, which we consume and then regurgitate on a test. If we're diligent, that paper will come back with an A. We'll pat ourselves in the back and we'll call it an achievement. If we accumulate enough of these achievements in any given semester, we're given special recognitions and access to elite societies. We smile inwardly and tell ourselves that this means we're more intelligent than our less fortunate peers. Unlike in the workplace, college is a place of virtually unlimited chances. Time and again, we may fail through our own choice and yet return over and over without any actual compunction. We're surrounded daily by a support team of counselors and mentors ready to assist us should we feel the slightest bit overwhelmed and to help us decide what is best for us. Perhaps my inexperience speaks in saying that I hardly believe our future employers will bring in massage therapists and acupuncturists when our workloads grow burdensome. There will be no team of counselors or excused due dates on late papers. We will be expected to perform and act as adults with no excuses and plenty of consequences. While we have subscribed to this institution and what it stands for, we have often been told what to think and not necessarily how. I do not wish to degrade this institution in my speech. It has served many of us, myself included, very well. The faculty and staff here are among the most dedicated and caring professionals that I have had the honor to work with, and I do not mean to undercut or detract the impact that they've had on all of our lives. I merely intend to illustrate that most standardized education is nothing more than an appeasement of the responsibilities that society has said we must fulfill. Our standardized test scores have convinced us that we are either bright or dull, intelligent or ignorant, when in reality they stand for nothing more than a fine exhibition of our short-term memory skills. Remember this: your intelligence, your potential, and your worth have absolutely nothing to do with the letter grades on your transcript. Do not be defined by them, and do not be limited by them. Statistics tell us that we no longer live in a meritocracy, but a plutocracy. This sort of self-defeatist attitude is the exact breed that will lead us to unsustainable social stratification and innovative stagnation. Do not accept the fact that we are inherently limited by what others tell us or where society places us. We are only limited by the confines of our own mind. Perhaps the greatest thing I'll take away from my time here is that we are who we think others think we are. Or if you've taken a class with John Hearn, we are who we think others think we are. Seriously though, we define ourselves by the perceptions of the world around us, and in doing so, limit ourselves to the accomplishments that we are told are reasonably attainable. I say again, that we are only limited by our own selves and not the world around us. Who we are and what we can accomplish cannot be prescribed should we be of solid mind and dedication to think for ourselves. Today, we will all walk onto this stage. We will receive a piece of paper that tells us we are good enough in some way, that we are sufficient in some manner. Many of us will go on to pursue more such papers that say we are even more worthy and capable. Throughout the course of our adult lives, many people will judge us based entirely upon the merit of these papers that our society has so fanatically enshrined. But these papers are representative of things that we have done and not who we are. Do not evaluate the people to your left and your right by their intrinsic value as measured by the jaded yardstick of the larger society. If we truly want opportunity, if we truly wish to be appreciated for the merits of our innermost self, then we must be the first to do so. Proclaim what you believe, and never be afraid to question an establishment or to criticize it. It is only through a collective effort that we can cast away the shackles that so debilitatingly bind us, purely through our own willful submission to them. We as students, as people, and as citizens have such potential and such promise. The majority of us believe that our world and our nation need change, but a similar majority of us believe that we are powerless to bring about that change. Fellow graduates, collectively, be that change. We will not achieve that revered pinnacle of existence to be judged by the merits of our potential and not by our alleged value, if we do not do so as a collective whole. No single action will be representative of a generation. But if we so dedicate ourselves today, we collectively can be that defining factor, and we can be that voice. Our potential has no limit, and your potential has no limit. But before we get too self-congratulatory on that, know that all of our potential is meaningless without the motivation to employ it. Without a conscious decision to work hard, to excel, and to otherwise become exemplary individuals, we have no hope of success. Recognize the sanctity of our lives and actions is the most precious resource that one can possess, greater than any material accumulation that any of us might aspire to. Recognize that, and you cannot fail. Know yourself and employ your potential. You've already succeeded. I sincerely wish all of you the best as you move forward from here. God bless and thank you very much. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Josh Harris. Josh graduated from JCC in 1998 with a degree in social sciences and a concentration in political science. As a student at JCC, Josh participated in the SUNY Model European Union and International Negotiations Module Project. Josh earned a bachelor's degree in political science from SUNY Geneseo in 2000 and went on to earn a Juris Doctor degree from George Washington University School of Law in 2004. In 2012, Josh was honored for his work as he received the U.S. Department of Commerce Gold Medal, the highest award offered by that department. Josh also represented the U.S. Department of Commerce in international groups that included the Organization of American States and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Josh is currently a policy director for the Future of Privacy Forum, a Washington, D.C.-based think tank advancing responsible data use and consumer privacy. Josh exemplifies what graduates of Jamestown Community College can accomplish. It is both an honor and a privilege to present to you Josh Harris.
Hello. Good morning. And first of all, congratulations to the graduating class of 2014. Congratulations, you did it. Before I go any further, I'd like to make a couple of acknowledgments to some people in the audience. The first are to my two daughters, Megan and Camille. Megan and Camille, wouldn't mind giving a wave to everybody. Thank you. The second I'd like to acknowledge is my mom and dad. Without their support, and by support I mean money, just kidding. I wouldn't be here. Incidentally, my mom provided the flowers here. I'll be providing the keynote later on today. My dad's going to be performing a song and dance number for you. We offer a package deal. We also do birthdays if anybody's interested. I'd also like to take, in all seriousness, I'd like to take an opportunity to thank Greg Rapp. Because I didn't show up here as scholarship material, but through 2 years of mentorship and instruction, he made sure that I left here as scholarship material. Greg, if you just mind standing for 1 second. One more time, one more time. first is shock, and then pride, and then gratitude, and then apprehension, and it's that last one that sticks the longest. So what do? Well, first thing you do is Google, how do I write a commencement speech? What I thought I would begin with is to share with you something I found when I was digging around out there, figuring out how I would try to actually convey what I wanted to convey. This is from a commencement address that was from David Foster Wallace, the late great David Foster Wallace. He gave it at Kenyon College a few years ago in Gambier, Ohio. And he says, there are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, and nods to them, and he says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" Two young fish swim on for a bit. Eventually, one of them looks over at the other one and goes, "What the hell is water?" Now, Wallace goes on to make clear here that he's not trying to present himself as a wise older fish, explaining what water is to the two younger fish. And in fact, he's not the wise older fish. The point of the story is only that, as he puts it, I'm going to quote here, "The obvious and important realities are often the ones that are the hardest to see and talk about." So, what I thought I'd try to do is to talk about some of these obvious and important realities while I'm up here. So here's the first one. We're here today to recognize your completion of 60-ish credits of study. And in recognition of this achievement, this institution is awarding you a degree. So yes, you graduated, and yes, you have a degree, but what this institution is doing here today is more than a ceremony, which, by the way, once again, I'm incredibly honored to take part in. This institution is validating you to some very important actors out there, namely prospective employers and other colleges. From this perspective, JCC is offering you something incredibly important. It's the ability to vouch for you. And they can do this because they believe in their curriculum. They believe in the professors that built and implemented it. Most importantly, they believe in you and in your ability to absorb this information and use it as a foundation for whatever career path that you're building from here on. And they're pretty good at it. They've pretty much got it down to a science at this point, having done it nearly 20,000 times before today. So you did it. You've been credentialed, you've graduated, and you're in the club. I would like to remind all of you to please make sure to join the Alumni Association. And that brings me to my second obvious and important reality that I'd like to talk about, this process of validating credentialing. I think that it has some parallels to the way that we interact with the world, because we credential it, we validate it, but it's not against a set of core curriculum requirements. It's against a set of our core values. We call this a moral code. Just not, and like not everyone who would enroll in graduation, or excuse me, not everyone who is enrolled in JCC will make it to graduation. Not everything that you encounter will pass this assessment. But of course, some things and some people will pass this test, sometimes in spectacular fashion. What I'm getting at here is that your determination shapes how you encounter the world. Or put simply, they are what you think. Which is kind of the inverse of what Ray said. You can tell we're both poli-sci graduates. Or as Jeff Victor used to say, and I'm actually sure he still does, subjective determinations are real in their consequences. I always like that. I want to pause here for a second and turn to quantum physics, because what better idea than to take this occasion to talk about physics, something I know literally nothing about, in front of a bunch of math and science graduates and professors. But I caught this line from Einstein a few weeks back that I think has some relevance to what I'm trying to get at today, so bear with me. Back in the 30s, Einstein was engaged in a pretty intense academic debate around what's called entanglement theory, which basically attempts to describe why particles of energy and matter can be shown to influence each other, regardless of how far away they are in space. Now, this concept hasn't yet been fully explained, but it was in the context of the debate over what was actually causing this, the underlying phenomenon about it, that Einstein sort of referred to the sum of existing explanations as what he called spooky action at a distance. I like that line too. Now, in this instance, Einstein was talking about quantum physics, but I was reading an essay the other day by another big thinker. This one is Questlove from the Roots. And he used the same phrase when thinking about the way that other people affect you. And the way that your life is entangled in theirs, whether or not there's a clear line of So how exactly do we come to influence the world when we can't always see the lines of connection? Is there a parameter? And I'd argue for this as a candidate, those value judgments that I discussed a minute ago, that credentialing of every single thought, person, or object that you encounter, that moral code. I'd argue that this is what guides those unseen lines of connection and what starts to give us a way to think about that spooky action at a distance. This is Wallace's water. It's an obvious and important reality that's really hard to talk about because it suffuses everything that we think and we do. And so, we feed all this external stimuli into this process of credentialing, of validating how we view the world. And in the same way we assess what we see and experience can impact the very act of how we assess. And that's why we respect our elders. Because quite simply, they've seen more stuff. Again, water, right? And of course, we learn more, both individually and collectively every day. The blank spaces in the maps have long since been filled in. Our textbooks are updated with information we didn't even know to look for 50 years ago. Our homes, our cars, even our pockets are filled with technologies we couldn't have imagined even 10 years ago. But with each discovery, with each new addition to the canon of human knowledge, we also had to learn to ask new questions. Questions that we didn't even know existed. So there's this compounding nature to the act of discovery, and this leads to another really basic observation. We take all of our credentials, we take all of our diplomas, we walk out of here this morning, we put them under our arms, and we step into a world that is destined to outpace our abilities to comprehend it. So all of that spooky action at a distance is going at some level to stay spooky. To try as we might to perfect our information, we never will. There are limits to human knowledge. Try as we might, we can't reliably construct a perfect day. Take Alice Roth, for example. One day in 1957, she decides to take in a game between the Phillies and the Giants. And it's a nice, pleasant day at the game, right? Into Miss Roth's life comes a baseball player named Richie Ashburn. Richie Ashburn, for those of you that don't know, is a future Hall of Famer. Retired with something like 2,500 career hits. So Ashburn goes to bat. He hits a foul ball, and he hits poor Miss Roth right in the nose, breaks her nose. They have to call the game, take a timeout, get her onto a stretcher, get her safely removed. Call the game back into play. Ashburn gets back up to bat. Hits another foul ball. Hits Mrs. Ashburn again while she's in the stretcher. She's in a different part of the stadium, mind you. Now, an interesting side to that is years later, Richie Ashburn would go on to get a job with the sports department in the Philadelphia newspaper. And when he went in to interview, he interviewed with Mr. Roth, who was Miss Roth's husband. And I'm sure that must have been a pretty interesting interview. Hey, weren't you the guy that hit my wife twice in the baseball? So yeah, there's a fallen quality in our ability to reliably avoid foul balls. And by the way, one time my grandpa caught a foul ball at a Yankees game in his hat, which has nothing to do with my speech. I just thought it was kind of cool. Anyway, less than perfect knowledge doesn't mean that we're destined to inaction. We should still try to take in that game. So take this, for example, and here's another example of all of us collectively using our same limited knowledge, but this time to profound effect. From 1990 to 2012, the number of the world's extreme poor was cut in half. We have quite literally pulled hundreds of millions of the most desperately poor people on the planet out of the most dire circumstances imaginable for the first time in human history. And we did it in 22 years. But how? Well, a big reason, probably the main reason, is because all of these impoverished countries began to engage in international trade. This, incidentally, was my first line of work outside of school, and a very rewarding one at that. Trading between peoples, tribes, nations is literally one of the oldest components of human society. And if any of you have any interest in this field, I'd really encourage you to give it some serious thought. So we all know about China, we know about India, and we, us younger people, really only know them in the context of their role as these major global players. We don't much use the old phrase, there's starving people in China anymore, as a way to get our kids to finish their dinner. But our grandparents sure did. Now, if this trend continues, places like Rwanda, places like Cambodia, places like Bangladesh, places that we only know in the context of extreme poverty, These places are going to be understood and maybe even personally experienced in a completely different context by our children. I'm talking to you maybe. Personally, I've had the good fortune to work in Vietnam. And if you were to ask my parents during the height of the Vietnam War, if they could imagine a world whereby their firstborn finds himself there, I bet you they'd be more likely than not to say, well, this is going to be a long-ass war. But really, I was there having discussions around technologies that didn't exist in a mall, at a Starbucks. Now, if you can imagine the pace of the growth in this country. One of the first times I went over there, I went to the embassy. And it's an incredibly unimpressive building. Short, probably the smallest one in the downtown vicinity. Now remember, we normalized relations over there in 1996. So this is like 10 years later. And the ambassador says, I'm really embarrassed about our quarters here, but we're working on getting new ones. But you have to understand, when they first opened this for us, after we had normalized relations, they gave us the tallest, most impressive building they had. And just 10 years later, it looked like a 7-Eleven. Now this is just one example of how quickly Vietnam is developing. Those guys today import more cement than France. These are important facts, and they're real demonstrations of the potential of growth. So, by some estimates, more than 40 countries are on track to completely eliminate extreme poverty within the next 25 years. Yeah, we can affect great change, even in a world where we occasionally get hit in the face by foul balls, twice. So let me close with a line from Shakespeare, Hamlet in particular. This is that famous line where Hamlet says to Horatio, "There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy." There's more to life than formal education, but it sure is important. And used properly, it sure can help. That's another conversation, and it's one that I truly hope you will all engage in for the rest of your lives. So thank you, and once again, congratulations.
On behalf of the faculty, we present this class as candidates for the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science, or Certificate.
Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Jamestown Community College, I confer upon you the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science, or Certificate as respectively appropriate, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Please be seated. The marshals will escort you to the stage by rows.
Our first graduate is Ronaldo Muniz, receiving the Associate in Science Individual Studies degree. Our second graduate is Riley Gustafson, receiving the Associate in Science Fine Arts Music degree. Maria Cristina Liuzzo. Christina Slater. Melissa Taylor. Eddie Acevedo, Jr. Olivia Ames. Patrick Boucher. Brittany Bull. Jarlika Casey. Jacob Domes. Justin Hodges. Aaron Holly. Jessica La Spada. Gianni Melendez Santiago. Brianna Nelson. Hannah Osman. Janine Smithingel. James Snyder. Bethany Van Acker. Emily Jackson. Margaret Heath. Joseph Marshall. Maria Senna. Jessica Marie Watson. Sean Aaron Connor. Sarah Nazaro. Allison Derby. Kenny Durling. Matthew Perrin. Jobsy Reyes. Tyler Salagi. Alexis Stenstrom. Tara Anderson. Sarah Giambruno. Brittany Horan. Lauren Proctor. James Brentley. Norman Thomas. Brandon DeMeo. William Fuller. Colleen Goodway. Lyle Howard. Justin Heisner. Bradley Johnson. Benjamin Lupton. Courtney Neer. Cody Nelson. Joshua Trace. Misty Maxine McChesney. Misty Allen. Lucas Lockwood. Lucas Meisel. Lindsay Windsor. Carl Angelo Brewer. Sean Bryant. Nathan Gibson. Renee Petrosello. Jacqueline Alex Connor. Christopher Perry. Richard Baer. Ashley Backer. Jessica Barrett. Eric K. Carlson. Catherine Carr. Sherbois Sherjang. Andrea Hobbs. Cale Dover. Jessica Hauschel. Jordan Isler. Kayla Johnson. Layla Knight. Sierra Smith. John Wesley McNatt. Casey Steckman. Jenna Thorpe. Kelsey Sitzo. Andrew L. Abbey. Richard Allen. Taylor Anderson. Andrea Berry. Cusimano. Lindsay Delaniak. Krishna Frank. Antoinette Donisi. Madeline Gerasi. Sierra Harper. Victoria Hanold. Devontae Harris. Matthew Hetrick. Scott Kimma. Victoria Madison. Christopher Martinez. Casey Miller. Jacob Mizell. Torin O'Brien. Carl N. Reese. Sandra Rosedal Moss. Luciana Senna. Nicole Smith. Anna Courtney. Megan Wilcox. Marissa Williams. Tyler Dykstra. Samantha Ventura. Jocelyn Jaquith. Heather King. Jared Aiken. Tom Andrew Chenard. Thomas D'Angelo. Nolan Farr. Juan Martinez. Joseph McIntyre. Nicholas Allen Yannick. Catherine Saff. Michael Saff. Nicholas Myers. Melissa Franjone. Ryan Perrin. Mark Soderberg. Kylie Wilson. Elisa Fuentes. Taylor James Baker. Megan O'Donnell. Stephen Clark. Christian Laval. Ryan Carmazin. Stephen Sachs. David Bloom. Tina Larson. Susie Hall.
Stephanie Gray. Skylar Feeblehorn. Nicholas Haskin. Adrian Pagan. Dave Shields. Joshua Thorpe. Tasha Palaro. Ethan Figueroa. Stephanie Accardo. Samantha Thompson. Rachel Langford. Mariah Llewellyn. Jerome Jackson Jr. Jabbar Williams. Andrew Horner. Joshua Hitchcock. Frank Strudwick III. Michael Davis. Robert Newbury. Justin Pettit. Joshua Pierce. Gordon James. Elizabeth Gabion. Maria Glock. Rebecca Grubbs.
All right, how about you?
Madison Hallett Rasmussen. Maggie Hammond. Jana Hanks. Brooke Natishan. Chris Howard. Miranda Keppel. Holly Lehman. Julia Luzick. Reed Matecki. Kristen Paget. Tessa Price. Nicole Rogan. Brittany Ross. Ann Mackey Rubrick. Mackenzie Simonia. Casey Smith. Keith Smith. Stephanie Spitman. Krista Swanson. Brittany Zemsik. Carrie Swart. Jennifer Sweeteye. Marie Thomas. Stephanie McConnell. Katrina Nickerson. Jamie Noyes. Heather Soderberg. Loretta Ward. Robert Wright. Kimberly Youngberg. Jeffrey Picarazzi. Kimberly Bido. Christina Rochelle Inman. Kyle Riggs. Deborah Cruz. Gary McKeever. Jessica Karras. Alexandra Villafranc. Micah Terrell. Cole Robbins. Colton Gariffi. Jenny Cross. Victoria McElvain. Cora Hodges.
graduates please stand? Okay, graduates, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. You may now turn the tassel to the left side. Let's give all our graduates a round.
Congratulations to all of you on behalf of the Board of Trustees of Jamestown Community College. This is a very important day in your life, a very important day in the lives of your family members, and your friends, and all of the community that you live in. What you've heard today, what you've listened to, what you've seen on stage, you probably won't remember when you were here as well as what it took you to get here. The experiences that you've had with your friends, the engagements that you've had with your professors, the experiences that you've had in the lab, or the time you spent in the library researching and socializing. I guess that happens too. And all of that is going to be with you for the rest of your lives. The degree that you have is important, but what's most important as you leave here today is what you've learned. You've learned the process of learning. You're a graduate today, but you're going to be a student for the rest of your life, because the experiences that you've had, the techniques that you've had to assimilate information, to evaluate information, critique information, it's going to follow you into jobs, family experiences, experiences in your community, and in all the things that you do. We at JCC are so proud that you are taking that experience with you from here. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I share in your joy and in your happiness and in your achievement. I now have the most exciting part of our tour every year of duty, which is to congratulate the highest achievers in 3 different degree areas: Associate of Arts, Associate in Science, and Associate in Applied Science. What I'd like to do is to ask the people who are going to receive these awards to come forward as I announce your names. First, in Associate in Arts, Brianna Nelson. Alexander Villa. Distinguished Alumnus Awards awarded every year. Sherry Fody is here to announce the winners of that award.
Graduates, members of the JCC administration and the board of trustees, faculty, staff, and honored guests. As the chair of the JCC Alumni Association of the Jamestown Campus, it is my pleasure and privilege to present the Distinguished Alumnus Award to 3 recipients. The Distinguished Alumnus Award is the highest honor presented by the Jamestown Community College Alumni Association. The award, now in its 33rd year, is given to those who have typified the JCC tradition of excellence and brought credit to the college through personal accomplishment, professional achievement, or humanitarian service. The alumni we are about to honor have distinguished themselves in their careers and in their service to communities. Nominees are submitted by members of the public, and they are selected by the Alumni Association Board of Directors. Each of our distinguished alumni award recipients began their academic career here at JCC and has gone on to achieve great things. Our honorees are wonderful role models for you, the graduates, and are shining examples of the heights that you can reach. The Distinguished Alumnus Award is presented at commencement exercises. So the newest members of the extensive JCC alumni network can be inspired by their accomplishments. Our first honoree is a 1998 graduate of JCC. He earned an Associate's of Arts degree in Social Sciences with a concentration in Political Science, and was the recipient of the Social Science Special Recognition Award. He went on to graduate with honors from SUNY Jamestown in May 2000, where he earned a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Political Science. In May 2004, he earned his Juris Doctor from the George Washington School of Law in Washington, D.C. Also that year, he was selected to the White House's Presidential Management Fellowship Program and worked in the Trade Information Center. As a student at JCC, our first honoree participated in the SUNY Model European Union and the International Negotiation Modules Project. That led him to a storied career in economic policy, during which he worked as an international trade specialist for the U.S. Department of Commerce in the International Trade Administration Office of Technology and Electronic Commerce. In that capacity, our honoree worked to develop and implement the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation's cross-border privacy rules system. In 2012, he received the U.S. Department of Commerce Gold Medal, the highest award offered by the department for his work in this area. He also represented the U.S. Department of Commerce in international groups that included the Organization of American States and the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. In 2007, he prepared briefing papers for President George Bush and Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice for the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting in Sydney, Australia. Today, our honoree serves as the Policy Director for the Future of Privacy Forum, a Washington, D.C.-based think tank advancing responsible data use and consumer privacy. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Joshua T. Harris.
extend my sincere thanks to the Alumni Association and the Board of Directors for even considering me for this award. When you stop to think that the JCC Alumni Network extends to over 20,000 people, just making it into the conversation is humbling. And looking over the spectrum of the careers and experiences of the previous 80 or so recipients, everything from doctors to lawyers to assemblymen to mayors, even a pop star, it makes it that much more of an honor to be included in this group. So I want to take 1 second to kind of recall a memory here when I pulled into the parking lot in front of the phys ed complex. And it was for orientation with my dad, and deciding that I wanted to be a political science major. And it's kind of overwhelming to think just how consequential that decision was that day for a career that I didn't even know I would have. So to come back here in this context means a great deal to me. My only hope is to be able to live up to the high standards that this honor represents. Thank you all very much.
Our next honoree today is currently the interim experiential learning coordinator here at JCC, but is perhaps best known for his 35-year career with Jamestown Public Schools. A 1972 graduate of JCC, this honoree earned an Associate of Arts degree in Social Sciences from JCC. After graduating from JCC, he went on to earn a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Secondary Education from SUNY New Paltz in 1975. He earned a Master's of Science degree in Education from SUNY Fredonia in 1983 and a Certificate of Advanced Study in School Administration there in 1986. Our honoree began his career with the Jamestown School System as a work-study coordinator at Jamestown High School before becoming the Dean of Students at Abraham Lincoln Elementary School and later as assistant principal. He was the principal at C.C. Green Elementary School for 14 years before returning to as its principal for 8 years. In 1990, he was recognized by the Chautauqua Alcohol and Substance Abuse Council in recognition of his work in alcohol and substance abuse prevention education. In 1999, he was the recipient of the General Douglas MacArthur Service to Youth Award. He has long been active in the community. He currently serves as the Vice President of the Babe Ruth World Series Committee, is a volunteer driver for international students who attend JCC, is the treasurer for the Holy Land Society at Holy Apostles Church, and serves on the Community Planning Committee for Jamestown Schools. Please join me in congratulating Felix Musa.
I'd like to begin by thanking my wife, Candy, for nominating me for this very prestigious honor. Also, I'd like to thank my family for being here today to share this honor with me. They traveled from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Rochester, New York, Annapolis, Maryland, up the street and across town. Also, a very special thank you to the Jamestown Community College Alumni Association under the tutelage of Kristen Johnson and its board of directors. As I'm being honored here today, I want to be sure to relate that pieces of this honor belong to the entire Jamestown community. My success and accomplishments, and now this is my 38th year in the field of education, have been built on having excellent people surround me. I have been privileged and honored to be charged with the responsibility of educating thousands of students in the Jamestown City School District throughout my 36.5-year tenure as teacher, assistant principal, and principal. Each student, parent, staff member, faculty member, and my administrative colleagues shared in my success. I have been very fortunate to have been surrounded with quality people with a desire to ensure each and every child in the Jamestown City School District graduated with competencies that ensures readiness in the college, career, and life arenas. For the last 15 months, I've been privileged to be interim coordinator of experiential learning at this wonderful institution. Special thanks go out to my director, Nelson Griffey, Vice President Dr. Segura, and President Dr. Duckworth for having the confidence in me to effectively execute my daily duties and responsibilities with the students of Jamestown Community College, while being part of a very talented and dynamic academic initiatives team. Graduates, 42 years ago this month, I was sitting where you are for my JCC commencement. I absolutely would not be standing here today receiving this extremely high honor if it was not for me beginning my higher education at this fine institution. JCC was a launching pad and a pioneer in the field of higher education in the early 70s. Large numbers of baby boomers were able to enter their field of dreams because this gift was available to students who live down the street or in the surrounding geographic area. Graduates, as you leave here today with your diplomas in hand, please treat this institution as a gift to our very wonderful community, a gift that changes lives. Treasure this gift of Jamestown Community College just as you would treasure anyone and anything that you love and value immensely. I know you value the education you have received from JCC, so therefore I ask you to ensure this gift, given to all of you, continues giving for many, many generations to follow. Be a supporter of the college, be an ambassador of the college. We need your voices and involvement to continue this gift bestowed upon our future students. I realize I have been very fortunate throughout these last 42 years, and after all these years, I still feel I have youth on my side. Therefore, I'd like to conclude and share with everyone here today that we all have youth on our side, and to use it to the best of our abilities to enrich the lives of individuals that are in need of our support, while always keeping in mind age-old adage of the more you give, the more you receive. Please treasure, nourish, support, and enhance this gift of Jamestown Community College each and every day for the many graduates to follow in your footsteps. Thank you.
Our final honoree today is someone who is near and dear to the hearts of everyone in the JCC family. For her tireless support of this college, the Alumni Association, and its foundation. She earned a degree here at JCC. I won't disclose the year. She spent 25 years as the vice president of her family's Acme appliance store, and with her husband Jim, raised 3 beautiful sons, Jason, Jonas, and Jordan. But our final honoree is best known for her life's work in a deeply dedicated community volunteer. Since 1999, she has served as a member of the JCC Foundation Board of Directors. She was the co-chair of the JCC's Funding Excellence Campaign, which raised nearly $12 million in support of college projects that included the new Science Center. She remains a longtime member of the JCC Alumni Association Board of Directors for the Jamestown Campus, and a member of the WCA Hospital Foundation Board of Directors, a member of the WCA Hospital Auxiliary, and a member of the Jamestown Concert Association Board of Directors. She has long been a regular volunteer for the Arts Council of Chautauqua County and the Reg Lene Civic Center, where she served as chairman of the House Committee for the Youth Series Educational Program. She has also been an active volunteer for the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation and has served on the organization's Scholarships and Grants Committee. Since 1991, she has been an active member of CRESH, which is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization devoted to providing for the basic needs of children newborns through age 18 who reside in the greater Jamestown area. She has served on its board of directors and has been the chairman of its publicity, membership, hospital investigation, and community services committees. She has also served as the co-chairman of the George Batitis Open Golf Tournament Committee, which raises critical funding in the support of athletics here at JCC. As if that wasn't enough, she has always been involved at various times over the years with the Maple Grove Parent-Teacher Association, St. John's Church, the Chautauqua County Arts Council Youth Series Educational Program, and the American Heart Association. In 2001, she was honored for her devotion to the community when she was named Woman of the Year by the Interclub Council of Jamestown, a consortium of clubs and service organizations from Jamestown and Chautauqua County. It is our pleasure today to honor her again for her devotion to the community. Please join me in congratulating Mrs. Patricia M. Phillips.
Congratulations, graduates, family members, and friends. It is truly humbling to receive an award for something you love doing. Of those to whom much is given, much is expected. Throughout my life, I have found both inspiration and purpose in these words. As someone who considers herself uniquely blessed with a wonderful family, a supportive network of friends, I've long embraced volunteering and community service as the most appropriate way to give thanks for the many gifts I've been given. For me, it started small, beginning in the PTA at my children's school many years ago. That said, it did certainly evolve over time. Over the last 30 or so years, I've had the opportunity to volunteer and serve alongside hundreds of the wonderful women and men who make our city the caring, nurturing, and inspiring community I am proud to call home. Not only has this journey helped me better connect with my community, it's also helped me better connect with myself, mind, body, and soul. Over the course of this life, I found the best measure of a person not to be so much what she has done, but the extent to which what she has done been done to improve the lives of others. With the benefit of this 2020 hindsight, my advice to those of you graduating today is to be generous and bold in sharing your gifts with those around you. Find a way to help improve the lives of others, a way that speaks to you personally. Help make the community of which you are a member, help make it better. Start small, start early, good things will follow. Thank you.
At this point, we would like to acknowledge several important individuals who are with us today. First, I would like to acknowledge a former member of our Board of Trustees, Samuel Alessi. Sam, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for joining us today. We wish to honor these individuals who have retired from the college and are with us today. Michael Kelly, Professor of Music, please stand to be recognized. David George Thirambo, Professor of Political Science, please stand and be recognized. Helen Van Valkenburg, Associate Professor of Criminal Justice, please stand. We are also proud to honor two very special individuals who are retiring this year. Dean Rosalind Newman, please stand. We honor Roz as a longtime member of our administration who is retiring this year as Dean of Arts, Humanities, and Health Sciences. Roz has served the college for 23 years, first as a member of our nursing faculty, and for the past 18 years as an administrator leading a division which spans a wide range of disciplines, from English to art and nursing to physical education. Roz has made it her mission to understand and represent well every one of her diverse programs, and she has definitely succeeded. To quote one of her division colleagues, Roz is an amazing leader and mentor. She has a reputation for skillfully facilitating change, and she inspires trust through her dependability and solid communication skills. Her many meaningful contributions, both within her division and across the college, demonstrate a thorough understanding of the big picture, strong reasoning, and good judgment. Roz, it's an understatement to say we'll miss your exceptional people skills and your positive, upbeat, and caring personality. Please know that you have made a difference in the lives of countless individuals here at JCC, including faculty, staff, administration, and students. You certainly have earned the right to move on to this next phase of your life. Please join me in recognizing Roz. We offer best wishes to Dr. Linda Larkin, Director of Libraries, who is retiring this year. Linda, you have served the college well in your relatively brief time at JCC. We at JCC have been the beneficiaries of your wealth of experience and your deep understanding of the impact libraries can have on the quality and depth of student learning. We will miss your collaborative spirit, which has been a springboard for strong partnerships with faculty. We wish you well as you pursue new opportunities and spend more time with your family. You may have noticed that some members of our faculty and administration are wearing special medallions. These individuals are recipients of the State University of New York Chancellor's Award for Excellence. This year, we are proud to add 2 more names to the list of distinguished members of our faculty who have received this honor. Professor Gail Grossman is the recipient of the 2014 President's Award and Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching. Professor Grossman, please stand. Began her teaching career at JCC in 2001 as an Associate Professor of English and has advanced to the level of full professor as well as Director of English, Philosophy, and Religion. She is an example of the very best community college teachers, stimulating students to learn and think in new ways, encouraging their risk-taking while helping them reach the highest standards. One of Gail's most distinctive characteristics is her willingness to give unstintingly of her time to Jamestown Community College in the true spirit of service. She is deeply and passionately committed to students and to learning. She is willing to act tirelessly on that commitment. She recognizes the value of higher education as a change maker in the lives of students, and she wishes to facilitate the goals of learning in whatever way she can. Gail's dedicated service to our college and our students make her most deserving of this special honor. Please join in congratulating Professor Gail Grossman on receiving this year's President's Award and Chancellor's Award for Excellence. Professor Kathy Titus is the recipient of the 2014 President's Award and Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching. Professor Titus, please stand. Dr. Kathy Titus was hired as an instructor of nursing in 2004 and advanced to the level of Associate Professor in 2013. While her skill set is varied, teaching effectiveness is one of her core strengths. Professor Titus is an outstanding faculty member whose talents include her innovative teaching, learning strategies, as well as her leadership within the nursing department. She continually seeks to transform good learning experiences into great learning experiences for students in this highly demanding program. Through her outstanding teaching, she has spurred the passion of countless students for the field of nursing and has launched hundreds of fledgling nurses on the path to productive and successful careers in health. Without question, Kathy merits emulation and deserves the recognition that accompanies this special accolade. Please join in congratulating Kathy Titus on receiving this year's President's Award. We are extremely pleased to announce that two members of our Jamestown Campus student body, Nolan Farr and Tyler Salagi, have been awarded the prestigious State University of New York Chancellor's Award for Student Excellence this year. These students are wearing special medallions they received from the SUNY Chancellor, Nancy Zinford. Their exceptional academic accomplishments, as well as their contributions to the college and their communities, make them most deserving of this distinction. Nolan and Tyler, please come forward to receive a certificate commemorating your Chancellor's Award. We are indeed proud of all our Chancellor's Award recipients. We would also like to acknowledge another group of graduates who were honored with a wide range of distinctive achievements at our recent awards ceremony. You will note in your program a list of these outstanding scholars. With those graduates who were honored at our awards ceremony on May 9th, please rise. Finally, I'd like to thank the JCC Concert Band and the JCC Chorus under the direction of Ralph Rasmussen for enhancing today's celebration. I'd also like to thank Neil Flory for coordinating the music for today's ceremony. Will the audience please join in thanking Kim Gentry, our interpreter for the hearing impaired, and the many other members of the college community who assisted with today's program. Ceremonies, you are invited to join us for a reception honoring our graduates, which will be held in the Student Union in the Hamilton Collegiate Center. This celebration is sponsored by the Faculty Student Association and Lessings Food Service Management. At this time, I ask that you rise and remain standing in place until the recessional is complete and all graduates have left the building.